if we look at the aging of our population, everybody knows, and certainly in a state like Florida, that our population is aging and aging fairly rapidly, particularly the upcoming wave of baby boomers. One of the things that we're concerned with is the extent to which aging might, in some ways, make you less safe, either when you're walking or you're driving. Because there are changes in vision, changes in hearing, changes in cognition, which are normative, that is, most of the population will go through. Another example would be a current project which is concerned with, and this is a very applied problem that was brought to us, someone noticed in accident statistics that older pedestrians seem to, in their view, be more at risk of being either seriously injured or killed in a parking lot. Older pedestrians tend to, when they walk down the aisles of a parking lot, seem to navigate a little more closely to the cars. And so they're a little more at risk if there's a careless driver backing out. So as you look around the environment, you're building up this representation, fixation by fixation. And your useful field of vision shrinks as you get older. And so what you're able to attend to from a broad visual scene changes systematically with age. And so one of the things we were concerned in this study is, to what extent are people, as they walk around a parking lot, attending to the same things? So in the experiment that we are just analyzing now, we've completed, we had people wearing a portable eye tracker, and they walked through a typical parking lot, and they walked into a parking garage.
So they would go to their car, which would have been down this row a little ways. And so when they would get to a certain point, we'd start a vehicle and put it in reverse. We wouldn't actually back out. And you can see when they're wearing the tracker how long it takes them to notice the threat.
With the proportion of older adults of the population increasing dramatically over the next century, what we're going to see is a lot more older adults on the road, a lot more older adults walking, and even cycling. Recent research suggests that the best way to keep your cognition healthy and your brain healthy is to be active. So what we're doing here is we're having participants drive scenarios in our FSU driving simulator, and we're going to simulate situations where they'll have to pass cyclists, and we're going to put different messages out there while we're recording their eye movements to look at their allocation of attention, both to the signs out there, but also to the cyclists as well. Well, I hope what we can do is eventually design signs and even educational campaigns where we can get drivers and cyclists to share the road and pedestrians to share the road, where everyone can take up the space and really perform activities safely.
At Florida DOT, we've actually been working on older driver issues since the early 90s. We've done a lot of roadway enhancements, and what we realized though back in 2004 was that we would not be able, if we continue to do what we're doing, we're not going to meet the needs of our aging population. Because actually in 2030, Florida's predicted that 27% of our population is going to be over the age of 65. Our project with FSU, we actually did some human factors studies that were specific to pedestrians and bicyclists. Because we wanted to, we titled our program Aging Road Users. We're not just talking about drivers. We need to make changes that will improve the safety for pedestrians and bicyclists. What we're going to be able to do now is take the results of these projects and be able to develop standards and guidelines that will help Florida age in place.